also the ways to be able to stream it. Twitch is like the make or
Mixer.
break thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we've been recording this whole time.
That was the magic. I didn't want to say anything. We just had to have a natural conversation.
Shit.
That's why I didn't say anything. I'm like,
That's why I want headphones so I can hear myself, so I can like make sure I'm not too close. No, it's all good. We good.
Well, you want to try?
Later on. No, I want to do some memes because I do this with PlayStation a lot. Like I'll just be like in a party chat with people, and I'll just like put my mic like in my mouth, and I'm like, I'm so mad right now. And it's just
I hate
like,
when you used to do that at Destiny.
dude, it's funny as heck.
It's the worst. Blow my ear out.
It sounds like Darth Vader is just turned up his like voice box like 30 clicks, and you're just like, I don't know. It's funny. It's funny to me.
Imagine Darth Vader in the back of the. What's the Darth Vader
Just sitting there.
ship? What's his vehicle?
Which
What,
vehicle?
the
Like the
Star-
TIE Fighter?
the-
Or like,
Does everybody realize I don't know shit about Star Wars when I say that? What's like?
yo, we're gonna have a problem. We gotta watch Star Wars now.
Do we?
We gotta have a marathon.
Well, I haven't finished the last movie. Actually, I haven't even started the last movie.
Well, imagine Darth Vader in the back of whatever vehicle he drives or
Flies.
pilots or
Yeah,
commands,
pilots. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
and he's just back there like in a lazy boy on a PlayStation. Like what? Like, he's just
Can you
looking-
imagine?
They're
That would-
taking over the ship. He's like, "Fuck that right now! I got Destiny."
I'm playing Destiny.
Playing Destiny.
It's not even his normal voice.
Yeah.
Then he's like, "They're coming in."
it, Mom. It's an online game.
Then they bust in there, and he's like, "You've interrupted me," and his voice just changes.
And just choke someone somewhere.
For all
two
you
states
audio
later.
amigos, I just did the force choke and threw a person against the wall.
Yeah, going forward, eventually we're gonna have some kind of video something.
Yes, that would be fun.
Yeah, that will. But yeah, I can definitely see him getting pissed off at a Call of Duty game and just murdering someone 2 states like outwards.
Just throw him out the window.
Literally just
Into the
force choke
vacuum of
someone and
space.
just dead. It's just random sightings of people being strangled. Don't know how it's happening.
They walk in like, "Was that you on the PlayStation?" Like, no one hears my PlayStation voice.
It's like that Avengers thing with the was it Endgame? It was the last one.
Which one?
It was Endgame, right? Where like Thor's on the mic. He's like, "Listen, new master."
Oh,
yeah, exactly.
That was,
It's exactly
that was
that.
the last one.
Yeah.
He said it was just gonna like what, rain thunder on him.
Yeah, he was like playing Fortnite,
Destroying
dude.
his life.
Like, fucking Fortnite in a Marvel movie, for Christ's sake.
Once they have it, I was like, "Oh man, Fortnite is winning."
True. Like I
I
just.
mean, I don't know how much bigger can they get, to be honest. Like they just keep extending and stretching and stretching.
They can do whatever they want.
they had Star
like
Wars
right now
too.
they had a Star Wars movie playing while people were playing. They had a whole concert playing while
Like
people
3.
were playing. 3 of them already?
Yeah,
I
there
only
was
knew
one with
about the one
Travis
with
Scott, Marshmallow, and then there was another one too. I can't remember the other one.
I only seen the one with Travis Scott.
That one was good. That one
it?
I was like, holy crap, because like the animation was great.
Once they did that, and then once they had Star Wars and Marvel, I was like, "Oh, they're good. They got they got the music industry, and then they got Disney backing them."
Not only that, they have Square Enix now too. Because apparently, based on the Marvel,
Yeah.
you get the special
When you played the
collections from
beta.
it.
I played the beta the first PlayStation week, which sucked. So
That's all I played. So that was my only.
it was a bad experience that first
Well, you
week.
guys got better experience than I did.
You know
'cause
what?
I
We
haven't
should
played it yet.
formally start the show before we get into this.
You gotta
Yeah, we really should.
Welcome. For the first time, I'm Anthony.
And I'm Chris.
And Nicko.
And as you can see, it's the first episode of Save Before Quitting. Thank you for joining us. Podcast about gaming, the culture, anything and everything around it.
And us generally just bitching about stupid shit.
Yeah, random nonsense, stuff like that. If you want to contact us, it's savebeforequitting@gmail.com.
Yeah, reach
Yeah,
out.
please contact us with any comments, insults, topic, whatever. Contact us.
Sign us up for Viagra. Free trials.
Yeah, we're all about the junk mail. All about the junk mail. Send us some junk mail. We'll read it on the show.
There we go. All right, so I really... Oh, you were cutting it. Okay.
No, it's not cut.
Let's
Good.
cut.
It's not good.
Shit, you zoomed out.
I just zoomed out.
See, this is how this thing goes. This first episode, we got to go through these trials and tribulations.
That's right. It's important.
Speaking of trials and tribulations, fuck the Avengers from that beta. Now, neither
Captain
of you,
America's going to come to your house and fuck you up.
I haven't not played.
You've not played at all.
And all I've played is the beta.
Did you finish the beta?
No.
Okay, so I played the first weekend of the beta where it was like just the PlayStation people. Like if you had a PlayStation, you were special. Mm-hmm. So I felt like I was special. Let me tell you that this is the first time I've ever played a game and been motion sick from a cutscene in my life. I'm literally sitting in my chair, leaning back at like a right angle. My back is the hypotenuse of my chair. And I felt sick to my stomach.
Y'all didn't know we were nerds yet.
Shit.
My back is the hypotenuse of my chair.
I made that joke yesterday on PSN and it went over well, so I had to bring it back.
Oh, good.
But anyway, dude, it was so, like, it was laggy. It was skipping frames. The motion blur, there was no way to turn it off. There was no way to turn off the camera shake. Nothing. And then I played it with my buddies, and we literally for an hour could not connect to each other's lobby at all. And it would like crash the game. Like we'd be like, oh yeah, we're all together. Let's go run it real quick before it boom, done. Error, PlayStation bullshit. Back to the blue screen. Back to my Last of Us main menu. I'm hearing the guitar play, and then I'm loading the game back up. Mm-hmm. Bullshit.
Yeah, sounds like it.
So we finish it, and I'm like, cool. That wasn't a lot. And I'm sitting here like I didn't unlock any of the other skins. I'm like, oh, maybe they'll carry over. They don't carry over to the
See,
main
that's
game.
the first thing I heard, which kind of made me not even want to get that deep into the
Exactly.
beta. I heard the first thing I heard was none of that progress carries to the game.
It's a waste of time. Like they want you to max these levels for like skins and shit, but you don't get to keep them. And then the only thing you get at the end, you complete the beta. Mm-hmm. Finger quotes. You get Fortnite Hulk Smasher gauntlets as your pickaxes. So, like the old Hulk Smasher like things.
That'll get you some chicks.
Yeah, I guess. But also, like, don't give me Fortnite shit.
Right.
I mean, especially if like not a lot of people play it. Yeah, if not a lot of people play Fortnite, then it's like
no offense
great,
to Fortnite people.
Yeah, but it's like if you play Fortnite, cool. But like, I'm 80% sure like the people that are trying to play this beta right now, after having the experience that they just did, they don't want to see the Hulk Smasher hands on their screen. Like, good job, you finished it. Now get the hell out and go play Fortnite. You're the Hulk now. Ooh.
See, to add on to that, just like a random like segue. It's like seeing that the game was created by Square Enix, right? It's like it's a weird segue that they're like, hey, let's combine both fandoms of like people who like RPGs and then people who play Fortnite. Like, it makes no sense.
It doesn't. And like, I understand that Marvel's got a thing with Fortnite. Like, they just did a new Marvel event. Like, Wolverine's in it now, and like...
Yeah, I noticed that.
It was kind of funny, because I love the skin in Fortnite where it's like a banana. Like, it's literally just like, you're a banana man, and it's called like Peely or something. And like, Wolverine does the whole schnicked thing,
Everybody's favorite Marvel character, Peely.
Yeah.
Banana.
But like Wolverine's like, oh yeah, and like it does like the whole like claws out, and then the Peely dude does the same thing, and like little banana slices come out his hands, like they're like Wolverine claws. I was like, that's funny. But like,
but Wolverine's not putting out his claws, and little Wolverines are coming out.
True.
But I actually wouldn't mind the Peely more. I think that's more affectionate than the Wolverine.
And don't get me wrong.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I see action figure of Peely in the store. Guess who's the first person who's picking that shit up and buying it?
Wolverine.
Me. I'm buying that, man. He's hiding in my Star Wars collection. He's hiding in behind my video games. He's up here with the Silver Surfer hanging from my ceiling. They're just having a jolly good time on their board, just flying through the galaxy of my room.
But you wouldn't buy the Wolverine one?
No, I got Wolverine. I don't need no more.
Oh. Well, that's kind of depressing, though, because I would buy the Wolverine one.
I'll get you a Wolverine.
But he has a Wolverine. He's saying he has it.
I already got it.
You got some Wolverines?
No, I don't have any.
Oh, well, then you need Wolverines.
Yeah, I'll get you a Wolverine.
You're in the red with Wolverines.
I got too many.
I don't like Wolverine.
Oh, well, then what do you care about?
What do you need
Wolverine for?
I don't know. I just
I'm
thought
not defending you for Wolverine.
Well, the thing is like Wolverine is all good and done, but if he doesn't look like Hugh Jackman, I don't like it.
They just made that.
So you just need a Hugh Jackman action figure.
There you go.
They just made those. They're on Amazon right now. I'll send you the link.
See, it's like,
use my affiliate link.
Is it Hugh Jackman as Wolverine?
Yes.
Yeah, it has
They
to be.
just got the
Fuck that.
rights.
We got to get Nicko a Hugh Jackman action figure.
Listen, if I
Hugh
end
Jackman from Les Mis.
Yeah, it's just
no,
Hugh Jackman.
No. Then there's going to be a million cardboard
24601,
cutouts sitting
man.
out on like our mail office somewhere for
Dude.
whatever reason.
Literally, I only want to buy you Hugh Jackman figures for like birthdays and holidays now.
If I get
That's all I'm gonna do.
If I get one for Christmas, I'll be okay with it.
No,
But
you're
if
gonna
I
get it for the rest of your life that I know you. Like you're gonna have a shelf on your wall, and it's only gonna have Hugh Jackman in every single way.
So guys, now I'm gonna be building a Hugh Jackman thank you wall.
It's a shrine.
It's gonna be a
You need
shrine.
it.
Yeah, there you go.
It's a shrine to Chris and Hugh Jackman.
Exactly.
So
now
we
I
gotta
need a
get
figure of
popular.
you,
We
then.
gotta get popular enough so that Chris gets an action figure.
If I had
Right.
an action figure, I would just quit. I'm done.
What is your action as an action figure?
Oh, like my action feature? Oh shit.
I think it would be one of those like pull strings, and you say something random.
What the hell would I say?
I don't know.
I don't
Peely.
have catchphrases.
I love Peely.
Peely, there
Yeah, I
you go.
love Peely. The one thing
There's
that
a Peely
the
in
only
my
time I
boot.
said it is today.
There's a Peely in my boot.
Like I can definitely see you doing that, or like a million times, like your Darth Vader voice from like PSN.
I guess, yeah. Like, no, that's the action feature. You squeeze the legs, and then his arm grabs the microphone and puts it to his mouth
Just
and
like-
just screams like. I did that shit to my mom. She was in like ShopRite getting some shit, and she's like, "Do you need anything?" And I'm like, "No, am I on speaker right now?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm trying to pick up a couple things. I'm in line right now." And I'm like, "Oh, you are, you say?" So I put my mouth on the microphone and I just go like whale noise, and like she's like, "Stop it! Stop! They're looking at me."
That sounds like you're doing something else.
No,
Yeah, I gotta remember that next time.
dude, it's so funny. You make sure that they're on speaker, and then you can like scream profanity too. That's even better.
I don't know. I think the screaming part
Poor
is
parents.
much more like weird than just yelling out profanities. Poor Karens.
I said poor parents.
Oh, I just heard you.
I mean, that's the same thing for
it's
me.
the same
To be honest with you,
difference, Yeah.
for me, it's the same difference.
I'm never saying poor
Oh.
Karens.
Poor Karens.
Those poor Karens. They're always the ones that are being
Their
like,
pitsy cuts and their blonde hair.
yeah, like why poor them? We're not getting into that. That's not this kind of
Yeah,
show.
this is
Yo,
this is a Karen
Speaking
show.
of Karens, though, there was this video that went viral the other day of all like the Karens like compilation, and some dude took the sound effects from Nazi Zombies Call of Duty and like overlaid it on top of them. So like, there's the one where the lady's like running at the door and like screaming, and it's just like. It sounds exact. It fits too, and it looks so like legit. And then she licks the window, and it's like, and like it looks so good. It's so funny.
They should have put the audio of the what's the Last of Us fucking zombie?
the clickers.
Clickers.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Or a
I don't know. The
bloater.
clickers would be like way too frightening.
I don't find them frightening, man. There's the least frightening to me.
In the latest game, I actually hate more the newer guys, the shamblers, than the clickers.
the
I
ones that are
understand.
gassy.
Yeah.
The ones that like they're football like players that just like literally check you once and then they explode.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But
I mean, I don't mind them because it's easy to kill them. You know,
what?
They are
It
pretty
always
easy to
take me
kill.
forever to kill them.
you literally just like set
Yeah.
up a trap for them and then run away. Then 2 shotgun shots. Bye bye.
See, I never use my.
Yeah, I usually make them like you said, blow them up and then bang bang and then they're
Yeah,
good.
and they still
I
blow
always-
up and become like gas
You still
clouds.
gotta
Oh,
move out
did
the
they?
way.
Okay.
Yeah, but like
I always have a tough time. Like, what was it on? Well, my only playthrough currently because I still haven't finished it.
hasn't finished the game.
I still haven't finished it.
Here's the thing, though.
there's-
Here's
there's
the
the-
thing, though. I've been pestering Nicko to play the game.
Well, listen, you're the 1% that currently are with the people who finish and platinum the game to this day.
True, but I'm also
I think it's a little higher than 1% now at this
Well,
point.
no, I'm saying, well, yeah.
yeah. But
So
also,
we're the 1% the opposite way. All right, I'm sorry, guys.
But
Just-
the issue is that I tell you every week, hey, you gonna play it? And you're like, yeah, I'm gonna play it. And then like last night we're hanging out after work and whatnot, and then you hop on your PC and you're playing League of Legends.
you know, I mean,
League of Legends.
Whenever anybody's voice goes that high, they're about to say some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
there ain't no
it's
excuse.
been since 2017 since I ever played a game, and I actually felt pretty good that I won my one
Cool.
match.
You know what would be feel pretty good? If you finish the damn game.
Well, the thing is, if we have people around and we're doing whatever, then the game is like,
Well, they don't care. They ain't gonna play it.
yeah, but like I
You
only have one
you literally
entertainment
rented
system.
a game of
One-
yours.
What?
And they haven't even played it yet. You gave away your Final Fantasy disc, and you were like, "Hey, enjoy this game." And they're like, "Yeah, we're still finishing God of War."
Yeah.
It's been like 2 months, and I
It has
delivered
been
that
2
game.
months, and I haven't been able to platinum it because of that. If not, I would still not be able to play.
You know, you got
The
a
Last
good
of
point
Us.
there. So maybe it's a good thing you don't have that disc.
Yeah.
Could be. I like how seamless we are, man. We hit We hit Avengers, which transitioned into Fortnite, which transitioned into Hugh Jackman action figures, which transitioned into Karens, which transitioned into Last of Us.
That's one full thing there in like less than 15
in 18 minutes.
Yeah.
Which will be cut down. This won't even be 18 minutes by the time you guys hear this. So we deserve, Patreon coming soon, man. Y'all, we earned
Patreon's
it.
coming
We earned
soon.
it.
We might even do a Twitch just so we can like fill in times by moving our flailing
Might
arms
even.
around.
Nah, Twitch is coming.
Twitch is coming, yeah. I'll play some Rocket League on there.
See, that's a PC game. We could play all together.
We should just have we just have Nicko finish Last of Us on Twitch.
Honestly, yeah.
I mean, we could do that. It's going to take forever because according to Chris, I play an hour a day.
But
And
you
since
don't,
I'm
though.
too sneaky in the game,
Well,
I don't
no,
even
if
get far away
If
enough.
you got an audience, you're playing more than an hour. In that session.
Yeah.
Now I feel like I'm getting whipped into playing.
Well, you
I
need
gotta
to.
finish it too. I'm a little further than you, but I gotta
He's
end
still
it.
on day 2 as Ellie.
I am.
Oh yeah, I'm not even Ellie anymore.
He's not even.
What? No,
You are like 2 days worth of gameplay
in-
away from beating the game.
In all fairness, I do not like Abby. I want her to just, disclaimer here. I'm not a serial killer, but I want her to die.
You're
like-
talking about the character in the game.
Correct.
Okay, cool. We just gotta clarify that. 'Cause
Yeah.
I know what you're
I
talking
just-
about with that death threat that went to like Laura Bailey, which was insane.
No,
first of all,
Oh, yeah, no.
Well, there's multiple, actually.
Yeah, there's multiple of them, and I was not one of them. Just
yeah, no, I know.
But in reality, it's just the character Abby. When I saw what happened and transpired for all of those who have not played it out there, I literally told myself, when I get Abby and I see the first clicker, I'm just gonna let my remote control drop. And just have it murder me a million times before I continue playing.
That's gonna feel the other way once it quickly loads back up and she's standing there,
I know.
waiting for you to kill it.
Yeah, I mean, unpopular opinion. I love that game.
I
I'm
still
the one
love
who's
the game.
finished it of all of us, and I love all the characters in that game. At the end of the game, and I know that's hard to believe, but like as
I
a
believe it.
character, I like them all at the end of the game. Like no matter what they did, no matter what the choices were made, I love all of those characters.
The further I played, even when you start going into Abby, now it's a Last of Us podcast. We start going into Abby. I was like, I get what they're going for. I get where this is going.
It makes sense.
I mean,
It does make sense.
It's really smart the way they played it, because like I was telling you, like when you get to the part where you have to play Abby again, because you obviously know you got to play Abby again, because you start playing as her at the beginning, which is fine. It's not much of a spoiler.
It's not,
but
a spoiler.
like you don't want to play. Like you're just like, no, like I don't want to do this. Like I sat there for like a solid. I put my controller down. It was 5 minutes. I'm like, I don't want to go forward. Like, but I knew I had to, because if I don't, then I don't get to see this bitch die. Right. Not a spoiler or anything, but like I'm in my mind, I'm like, well, she's gonna fucking die, so I better push on so that she can die quicker. And then I ended up falling in love with like a whole new part of the story that I didn't even know was happening. And it's such a smartly. It's very smart the way they wrote that game.
Intelligently written.
That's probably the best way to say it. But
That's
yeah,
how Hugh Jackman would say it.
yeah, he would, but it would
There you
be
go,
more
one of the
British
post-
accent.
One of the
Oh no, is he Australian actually? I think.
I don't fuck. He's Wolverine. That's
True.
it.
That's all he is.
That's an insult. I'm sorry, Hugh
No, he's
Jackman.
24601, man.
He's that.
It's from Les Mis.
Okay. I was like, what are we talking about?
Nah. Damn, man. So now it's a musical podcast. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the musical minute.
As long as I'm okay with all that. As long as it didn't turn into a Karen podcast. It was almost
No.
2 seconds.
I mean,
Nah.
Spoiler alert on Save It for Quitting. I'm black.
the fact that has to be preference. I like.
Jeez.
Why?
I gotta admit, that was really random.
We were talking about Karens and then which connects to the whole movement that happened
Alright,
in the
so
year
that's it.
2020.
It makes sense,
for
but it
all
was like out of
I
nowhere,
know,
man.
I know.
You just
So-
Randy Orton the podcast, man, on episode 1.
Look, this is the first episode. They got to learn about who we are.
True.
All right,
You're not wrong. You're not
All right,
wrong.
for all of you out there, just remember, if you see 3 characters with Save Before Quitting name on it, and they're all figurines, just do the pull action figure on Anthony, and you'll probably hear those words over and over again.
Spoiler alert, I'm black. That is the greatest pull cord
T-shirt coming
saying
soon.
ever.
T-shirt coming soon.
I'd wear that. Well, of course I'd wear that.
I mean, you would wear
Yeah,
that.
like, I'm laughing at
think-
myself.
I
Dude,
don't
I would
think-
love to see you at the gym wearing your jeans working out because I don't know how you do that, man.
Listen,
but I get it.
all right,
I get it.
For
I get
reference
it.
for the listeners,
I get it, though.
I was coming straight from work. I didn't want to go home first, so I got a quick workout in my work clothes, which happened to include jeans. Continue.
No, it's fine, and it's fine. But like backpacks and shorts exist,
I know,
and
but
you can put one in the other.
Listen, man,
don't put your backpack in your shorts. But
listen,
you got it.
when you leave work, you want to get home. You just want to be home. I just went to the gym, got in, got out.
No, I feel you.
All upper body, so jeans stayed on, and I left.
Just sitting the whole time.
So the Anthony action figure is actually gonna have a base. Because he skips leg day sometimes.
Whoa. I don't skip leg day. It's because
Be
it
one of
wasn't.
those like motorcycle figures from back in the day where the legs were permanently sitting.
It just wasn't leg day that day.
All right. See,
Man, remember that time we were a video game podcast?
Yeah, that was about
crazy.
what 5 minutes ago.
Oh shit.
Yeah, fuck. I lost my train of thought now.
But the reason why I'm harping on you so much about Last of Us 2 is because of Ghost of Tsushima and how fucking amazing that game was.
Yeah, and it's actually sitting right over there,
You
and
literally-
it's on plastic.
Is it a rubber band still, or did
Yeah,
you
it
take
still
out
has a rubber band on
fucking
it.
A?
Don't you got like the super special edition?
Yeah, and it's still sitting on top of the PlayStation.
But like that's the thing is like I want you to
I
get through
hope
Last
they-
of Us because it's good.
I have
But
a
I'm
que-
also like go play this other good game because there's co-op coming soon and we can play some demon stuff.
I know. Well, okay. So
All
I have
about
a,
that
so I have a-
demon time.
That demon time. So I have a question, Chris. Do they have downloadable content on the Ghost of Tsushima for the
coming
special
out,
edition? No. Like, I mean, like, did they have anything special for it or no?
For what you have,
Yeah.
I could not tell. That game was not on my radar
Oh, okay.
until the day of. My buddies
Because-
pre-ordered it, and I was like, "Oh, what is this?" And then I watched the trailer because like I just didn't have my ear to the ground, and I watched it. I'm like, "Oh, this looks dope." Buy now on PlayStation the day it came out, and then that's the only thing I was working from home, and like I'm like, "Oh yeah, answer email." Back to Ghost of Tsushima, and like I had my PlayStation to my right, and then I had my little laptop going, and like somebody like, "Oh, can you take this call?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, I guess, man. I'm in the middle. I'm clearing this town right now, but like I guess fine." And I pause it, and I would just go back. But I would go back and forth. And I platinum that thing in like a week because it's so good. It's so much fun.
I keep hearing how good it is. I didn't play it either.
See, I'm only
Is
asking.
this a video
'cause-
game podcast?
It
guys?
is. I
It is,
promise
it
it
is,
is.
it
I
is.
promise
It
I play
really
video
is.
games. I just didn't finish Last of Us, and I didn't get Ghost of Tsushima.
See, I at least purchased the game. I was just wondering if the DLC expired. Because if not,
Oh,
that
if it
would be.
expired. I have
Do they?
no
I do
clue.
not. Because if that's the case, then the next time you show up, it'll probably be open only
Well,
to
I mean, you
download
should
the
probably check
DLCs.
that after this podcast is over, first of all. But no, dude, the DLC looks so cool. They didn't even show us gameplay. I was just like, okay, I'm in. It was like some like Japanese like demons and like
No, yeah, I
folklore and
remember that
stuff.
trailer.
See, I was worried about it because of like For Honor and
Well, that game
what
was
was the
poopy.
other samurai game that came out?
I don't think it was For Honor.
Neo?
No, it wasn't Neo. I mean, Neo was good, but no,
I'm
it
just
was the
trying to
one that
think
came
of
out
samurai
this
games.
year. Was it this year or last year?
Oh, fucking
No More Heroes.
No, it wasn't No More Heroes.
I mean, technically.
I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about,
The
right?
super hard game.
Yeah. Sekiro, there you
Sekiro,
go. That's
yeah.
it.
You have a sword from it, like sitting right. Well, the sword's not there; it's just the stand.
How far did you get in Sekiro?
Man. Just as far as I got in The Last of Us. No, actually, I did get pretty far on Sekiro. I'm only joking. Sekiro, I was able to manage to get to the Toad, I think it was called, the last creature. So this creature is like, you technically in Sekiro, you don't like fight a final boss in every chapter. So it's not like you go through the board, final boss, it continues on. So if you remember like old games like Bushido, where you just kind of like went through and you play the whole game, there wasn't like any sections where you would cut off and like fight a final boss. This one was more like you would just stumble upon like a boss. So I got stuck in the very first part, was like 10 minutes into the game, and it was like, the guy was called like the Spearman. And the bosses have like no real name. It's just like what they are.
Oh,
So like the Spearman literally like beat my ass for at least like 10 days straight. And after I managed to figure out how to kill him, I went through like this whole part of the game, and it was like the one boss is like the frog, and he has this like intricate way of like fighting it.
I've heard
so I'm
people
like
talk
stuck
about
to
this.
it, and it's
Yeah.
like, But other than that, it's like that's as far as I got. And then I was like, okay, well, if I wanted to play Demon Souls, I'll play Demon Souls.
Understood.
Yeah, I don't play those games. So
Yeah.
I'm just not good at them.
I mean, Demon Souls at least give you the option to roll away. Sekiro is more like, hey, you either block it or you die.
Yeah. I mean, I played Bloodborne for about 15 minutes, and I got stuck in, like, the first stairwell, like, when you're going down onto that main road, and, like, I just died 30 times, and I was like, yep, not for me. I got it for $15. Goodbye.
Oh, man. All right. Glad you said that. I downloaded Bloodborne when it was free on PSN.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, great. I keep hearing people love this game. And now I get to finally play it. So I turned it on. Same thing. I think I got to the first or second encounter and I kept dying. I was like, I'm not having fun at all.
Yeah, it's not.
I can't do the Bloodborne, Demon Souls type games.
Well, the thing with Bloodborne, I was told later that, like, you have to go backwards before you go forwards.
Yeah.
In the level. Like, there's a weapon behind you.
What?
Yeah, you get like your axe teeth weapon is behind you. And if you get past the first part without it, you have to do like this intricate quest just to get that axe.
Which is stupid.
But it's like it's your key weapon
It's
in
the
the
title
game, but
one,
it's
like
like
the
right
poster,
behind
right?
you.
Oh, I'm doing that fucking thrash move he does with no weapon
Yeah.
on this thing and just dying over and over again.
I died to the dog at
You're
the
gonna
first
make me turn
part
this
for
shit
like
on
20
again
times.
tonight.
Oh, I'm not doing it. No, I refuse. Because out of the principle for how stupid that is,
Yeah.
that they put something behind you and they're like, here you go, go forward. Here comes games.
I only found out after my third try of dying to that hellhound at the beginning.
Yeah.
And the reason why I found out was because I was like thinking back to the old like medieval games.
Yeah.
You remember the little
Play
skeleton?
the
You would,
PS1
like,
game?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
would like beat things up with your arm. I was like, there has to be something else behind or around here. So I started like flailing around the top room before the hellhound showed up because apparently it's a time event where it just shows up. It's not like you go through the loading screen to the bottom floor and then it's like it's there. Mm-hmm. So like I was just like flailing around and I just stumbled upon the weapon. I was like, oh, you can interact it with this thing. And I was like, after that, the first 3 levels were like cake.
All right. Now,
That's
I don't
dumb.
want to get
Yeah.
this confused. I don't have a problem with a hard game. I come from the NES era where every game was a piece of shit to you. So,
Aladdin.
oh, I can't that. I come from all of that. So
Lion King.
I'm not opposed to hard games. These games in particular are like, all right, y'all are just being dicks.
Yeah.
With these
Yeah.
games.
I just
So all
refuse
those
to give
people
them.
who are probably
any-
out there saying get good. No. I'm good. Just
And
they
humble,
suck.
too.
Right.
Listen,
Which,
it-
right. And also humble.
Humble.
Good in the sense that y'all are saying I should be in.
It's just it's just such a slap in the face. It's like,
I mean-
oh, guess what? You keep dying. Oh, boo-hoo. And then, not even, here's the thing. If I get past that level
Right.
and I don't find that weapon,
Right.
you're telling me that I have to do a long side quest ass bullshit
Yeah.
just to get that weapon that I just should have turned around for?
Yeah.
That's a slap in the face
What?
with 10 rings on each finger.
Well, you gotta remember, just, welcome to Destiny 2.
Well, Destiny 2 is just a garbage fire now, dude.
True. Haven't played the last 4 DLCs.
You don't need to, because guess what? They're coming to you for free soon.
Oh, wait, I already paid for those.
Exactly.
Great.
That's the garbage. I'm just
That
so
being
glad I
said-
stopped.
I think we should introduce ourselves a little more on our gaming history. So, like, where'd you guys, like, start playing games? Like, in what era of video games?
That's rough. I mean, not really rough. I guess I started out SNES, I'd say, or NES time. By stories. Like, my mother tells me there were stories of my uncle, like, using me to, like, claim bets among his friends. Because he would bet that I wouldn't be able to beat Street Fighter 2
See, now this is an origin story.
on
Go
the NES when I was a kid. And of course, at age of 4, the only character you ever really can play as is Blanca. So I would beat the whole story mode.
What, because of the electric?
the electric shock.
You'd be Chun-Li,
So,
too.
Yeah, so I was like, I was able to do that, and then my uncle would just use me to make money for the weekend and then go out with his girlfriend. I was like, telling me this years later, I'm like, I would go to my uncle and be like, yo, where's my money you
Yeah,
owe me
you-
afterwards? But
With interest.
yeah,
My cut.
But
Yeah.
no, I started in the NES era. After that, going into very well directly into PlayStation. Later on, GameCube and so on and so forth. But yeah, I collected after that. I'm like around my teen years, I got really into it. I started collecting all the old games, old systems, and Atari. And
What was your first favorite game? Like your go-to?
my first go-to game, which made me into the RPG lover I am, unfortunately, has to be Legends of the Dragoon.
Oh, it's the shit.
A lot of people always hear about that game, and they've played maybe a quarter of it or
Sony,
played all
man.
of it.
Act like that game exists.
Yeah, right.
Gosh.
And when I started PlayStation 1, Legends of the Dragoon, back in when PlayStation 1s were getting cracked and everything, and getting bootleg games, I got the first and second disc from a friend of mine. And that's the first game I played in my bootleg PlayStation now. And I fell in love with it. So after that, it was like RPGs up the wazoo. But I felt really dirty getting bootleg games.
Felt dirty.
And the reason being is just the artwork of that game was so good. I wanted to get the booklet. So I went out and bought games just to like have the physical thing in my hand because it's so much
You want to
better.
respect yourself. You want to respect the art, the game,
So yeah, so
the passion.
Yeah. So the RPG gamer in me, by far, was created by Legends of the Dragoon. It's by far one of my favorite games, from storytelling to old 3D square fists, spiky boys.
Just squares and triangles everywhere.
But after that, and then I've just been a Sony kid my whole life after that. Really,
Respect
Nintendo
it.
has a very tender, dear moment in my heart because, of course, the Switch is an awesome system.
I wouldn't know.
Nintendo is my main. It's my main bitch.
Yeah. What about Chris?
What about me? Oh, I have a weird start into gaming because, like, my parents didn't want me to play games. So, like, my uncle, he was the guy that would, like, stay outside of Best Buy and, like, wait for the, like, midnight release of, like, all the new systems.
Right?
Dude, he was something else. Like, you should have seen him during the PS3. He bought, like, 20 and then sold them all for, like, triple.
What?
Yeah, he's a sketchy boy. But, it was
Yo, y'all
PS1.
sketchy on video game uncles. You
Oh,
guys.
100%.
Yeah.
They were sketchy with it. And, like, it's all about the scalping. But, like, the PS2 came out, and then he's like, I don't need this piece of shit, and just gave me his PS1. And he had, like, about 100 demo discs, and that was it. Didn't play any actual games until, like, I was like, I'm gonna go get some games. But it was, like, PS2 season. Like, all the PS2 games are coming out, so I'm buying, like, used copies of old crap. And I got, like, the Spider-Man games. That was that's the one I remember playing the most, besides, like, Bushido Blade for the demo.
Right.
Like, just running around with, like, a wooden, like, samurai stick. And then, like, it being, like, your time's up, haha, get out. And then, like, you had to launch it again. But, like, that Spider-Man game, that was something else. And it looked ugly.
I remember Spider-Man game.
It was ugly, dude.
Yeah, but you got for the time. It was
Well, I mean,
great.
those enemies, man, their faces looked like they got, like, black holed into, like, the center. Like, just,
Yeah,
like,
but-
sucked
Yeah.
in.
in fucking what was that? When did that game come out? 99.
Had to be around
98,
that.
99-ish.
98, 99-ish. Yeah.
But, yeah, like...
And for that time, that was like the
It was
shit.
amazing. Like, you, like, wrap your fists in the web and, like, you punch
Yeah.
people with web boxing
Put
gloves.
the web
like,
dome on you, break
Let's
it out.
Dude.
let's not talk about when like Venom showed up.
Well, that was a problem with me because like when he actually showed up, it was like, oh shit. But there's like a part where you're going through like this like office building, and like you got to go through like the vents, and then that's the first time you get the spider armor, which is dope. Right before you go up in the vents, I think it's just where you like hit this like trigger of like where you're at. There's like 2 chords like on a power guitar hit like. And it's loud as shit no matter what. And it scared the living fuck out of me.
I remember this.
And I was literally like peeking around corners.
How old
like
were you
going
at this time?
How I don't fucking know, man. Like,
All right, if PS2 was out, then
Like
that came out in
6-ish.
2000.
I was around like
Yeah.
5, 6 around that time.
All right.
And like, dude, it scared the living. I was like so scared I could not advance. And I was like, one day I was just like, screw it, and I just held it and looked away. And then nothing happened. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
This whole time.
It's been a
whole
week.
time.
It was a week of me just like scared. Like, I'm not going. You
You
hear
were
that
5,
noise?
6. I get it.
It's like in a horror movie. Like, you see some shady shit. You're not going forward. At least you shouldn't.
Nah.
In the horror movies, they're like, oh, look at that shack over there. We should probably go hide in
Let's
there.
go check it out.
Yeah, like,
Famous last words.
no. I'm the smart one where I'm like, yeah, screw that. I'm going to go drive the Audi away. See you, bye, boys.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I'd see that. I think I had that problem with What was that game? Resident Evil when it first showed up for the
I never played
PS1.
those games. I
Those,
never played horror
like
games.
it was my first time playing it, like age of 9, I say, and like it was the worst experience. I was like going through the first door, and when the door opens up really slowly, and
Yup.
just the slowest movements of that game, and when you would die, the zombies were still eating you. It's like back in the day, those things were scary compared to what they are like now. Like you look at like animations now, and you look at like monsters now, and you're like, all right, that would look scary if I was like at that age, like now.
Well, the thing that's messed up with like horror nowadays, it's like all cheap jump scares.
Yeah.
That's why I hate that. Like it's like you're not scaring me. You're just like you're like popping me. Like you know, like, it's
Yeah.
like in like wrestling, like when like a thing happens, you pop the crowd. Like that's what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You just showing me a loud noise or a loud like in Spider-Man 1. You pop me.
Yeah,
Spider-Man
sure,
1, the
yeah.
most famous horror video game of all
I
time.
mean, in my opinion, at the age of 5, yeah. But like that's and it's so lazy to me. Like it's just so like, come on, like scare me with actual scary stuff. Like you know, like watch.
Well,
Like,
they knew kids were gonna play it.
Well, I know,
Yeah,
but
that
it's
is
like,
true.
You got zombies eating people. Like
You're not supposed to play that.
Yeah.
At 5, 6.
you're not, but then it's like the GTA thing where like your parents are like, yeah, just give them the game at GameStop. Like,
Oh,
all right, is your
yeah.
kid allowed to have this? Buy the fucking
Man,
game.
I played, like you said, Resident Evil. I remember playing the first Resident Evil I played was Resident Evil 2.
Oh, okay.
And when you walk, we talked about this before. We walked down that hallway, and those hands just bust through the wood
yeah.
planks for the first time. And that, I was like, 9. When did that come out? 98. I think that's 98.
That's
as well.
98, yeah.
So I was, how old was I in 98? I was 12 in 98. Even at 12, I was like, oh, fuck this. Like,
Yeah.
Nah. I was at my cousin's house. I was like, yo, come in this room with me real quick so I can play through this and not be a bitch.
So yeah, I did that with my cousins when I was playing BioShock for the first time. I was
I
like
didn't even play
I was
that
like
game.
14 at the time, and like the first BioShock was actually not jump scary scared. There was one or two, but it was more like it was so desolate on like the play game, and like the levels were so desolate that you would sit there and you're like, I'm by myself and this doesn't feel right. And that's like the moment of scariness to the point that, all right, I'm by myself, it doesn't feel right. And then when you get to an area, it's not like you get like immediately attacked. It's like
You know it's
you
coming.
can see the field view because you see the enemies where they're at, and you're like, how do I go through here? Because I can't see what's over there. I can only see what's behind me. And that's the problem. Because you're like, you so want to turn around and be like, all right, you know what, screw the game, I'll find another path. But there
right,
is none. It's like, you have to face your fear and just go right through.
I've never played any BioShock game.
I
No,
literally
those
did
are
that.
great. You should.
I
didn't play the
downloaded
first
it. I
one.
got the
Yeah.
collection and I just never played it.
Yeah.
I promise I play video games. I keep feeling like I've said I've never played this. I've never played that.
Guys, I'm the only one who plays games, but I don't play any old games.
And that starts my origin story.
There you
so
go, yeah.
I'm going to be the resident old man on this podcast. 'cause
boomer.
Yeah, pretty much. Fuck you guys. I started on NES. I got my NES in 89 when I was 3. Wait, or did I get it in 90? Either way, 89, 90. That's when I got it. I was 3 years old. Dad walked in the back door just holding this box that said Nintendo on it. I'm 3. I'm just like, I don't know what this is.
Did you
What do
even read that it said Nintendo at the time? Or
Probably,
just
I
like,
didn't probably read it.
I was going to say.
I just knew he had a box with a thing in it.
Schrodinger's
Yeah.
Nintendo.
So he hooks it up, and I'm playing. All I remember is running like right into like the hole and like losing over and over.
yeah.
Because I'm 3, so I don't know what I'm doing. But I just remember playing it all the time. And then I got an uncle in my story too. My uncle.
There's always the uncles.
There's always an uncle. My uncle had an NES. I remember going over his house for a cookout or something. But he had more games than me. He had like Mario. He had the first Zelda. He had Contra. All those shit sitting there. And I just remember, I remember this so well. I remember being, at this point, I'm like 4 or 5 maybe. And we were having a cookout. So all my family's like outside, they're cooking food on the grill, dancing, music's on. I'm up in the room, in this dark room playing Nintendo the whole time. My mom be like, come outside. I'm like, no, I'm
You don't
good.
need to.
I found what I needed in life. This is it. This is my path right
That's
here.
it.
So that was it. That was where I started. And then as time went on, this is before, obviously there's no internet in this time. So it's like, I don't know what's coming out. I don't know how, and I'm so young that I don't even know how to find out. it's like through hearsay. You're like on the playground or something, and kids got different games and shit. So I think I get to a point where Sonic 2 came out and Mario World came out. I don't know if it was the same year. I want to say it was. I could be wrong. Somebody fact check that. I'm sure y'all will correct us. But I went over someone's house and they had both systems. All I still had was an NES at home. And they were playing Sonic 2, which I had seen Sonic 1 and I was hyped because I don't have that. I was like, what is this? Who is this character? All I know is Mario and Link. Right. And so, and the colors are super vibrant and the music is different. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what is this? The first time I saw Sonic 1, and I played that wherever I was, someone else's house. And then when I walk in this house this time and there's a Sonic 2, I'm like, games could be a 2? Yeah. Like, there's another one? So they're playing that. Well, no, I knew that at this point because I think I ended up getting Mario 2, Mario 3. So, but I never saw Sonic 2. So they're playing that. And then I'm sitting there playing that. And then they say, yeah, we got this too. And it was the Super Nintendo. I was like, I'm pointing at it like, what is this? Like, I didn't know it came out. I'm like 6.
Yep.
And there's no way for me to get any of this information. So I see a Super Nintendo. Then they turn on Mario World. At this point, I'm just used to NES Mario. Now I'm seeing Mario with better graphics and music. I was like, so needless to say, I sat there in that spot for whoever's house this was. I never moved. I don't remember any other part of this house but their TV setup in that game. I don't think I took a piss. I don't think I left that spot. But that's pretty much where I come. I come from the NES 8-bit, 16-bit era. And I think my go-tos were like platformers. So like Mario,
so you must love
Sonic.
Fall Guys.
I have yet to play Fall Guys.
Oh, you would have a cow playing Fall Guys.
I downloaded it. I have it.
It's great. We should play it one day. And
Yeah,
then just
I'm down.
waste our life away falling all over the place.
I'm down.
The best thing about that game is that you can cuck people
Yeah.
and like you can grab them. So like,
No, I've seen that on a bunch of YouTube videos.
it's so good.
It's so funny. But yeah, I mean that's awesome that we all started like different areas too.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's like it's really cool to like see that. The one thing is like we've all been in like a separate like entity of like video game.
Different
like where it started, generations. And like it's cool to see that there's like so many people that are like, hey, I started here, and like we have different visions and views, but it's all the same. Like, hey, video games is like the one thing that connects us all.
I think eventually I got so ingrained in it that like I remember I had a GamePro, an EGM, and a Game Informer subscription.
Oh wow!
Magazines like coming to my house. Then when did and everybody had the internet in their house? It was like 96, 97. Yeah. It's kind of when like we got the internet. So at that point, it's like, oh, now the world is open. Now I can get all the game information I want.
Yep.
So slowly loading from top to bottom.
Yep.
Top to
had
bottom,
my dial-up America Online.
Making sure that your mom
Get
wasn't
off
making
the
a call.
internet. Don't make a call.
I used to be on there looking up shit, and it would get the phone line. But then if I were to hear the phone ring and I was on the internet, I was like, oh shit. They'd be like, goodbye. And it would just cut you out.
Yep. I had so many moments of that when I started like my PC gaming experience. Was like around that time. It was around like 98, 99, and they still had like the dial up and like certain areas in Puerto Rico, and it's like, hey,
Spoiler alert, he's Puerto Rican.
that's another pull cord. We can do that.
Yeah, that's your pull cord.
But yeah, it's like funny because like I don't know how people who currently are now, if they started in PC and they continue playing PC, please let me know, how did you get away with playing your games for constant like times before your mom picked up the phone and just called
you over.
I did that. I just didn't play online.
Oh,
I played with like the disc games, like the point and click adventures.
Oh,
like
okay.
those were the
I remember that.
shit
Yeah.
to me. Like Pajama Sam. There was one with like a
I had
car.
that for the PS2.
I
For the
forgot what the
PS1.
car. It was like Cars before Cars.
Oh, really?
Like it was like Lightning McQueen like talking cars, but like I
It
remember
was
it
a
like
point and click?
It was a point and click, and the
game
only
is
thing I
this?
remember so vividly, there was like this saloon you would go to, and there was like a jar, and it had these candies in it that were like, you ever seen like those like fruit like slices like at like the Amish market? It was those, and you had like all these colors to pick from, and in my head I'm like, okay, so if I pick this color, what happens? Like,
Right.
there's going to be an alternate ending if I choose green as opposed to yellow. So I'm already like thinking like way more than this game is
dude.
actually. And I'm like, dude,
Was it putt?
putt, yes.
Ah,
and then
I
what was
found
there was a fox one too where it was a detective.
I know what you're talking
Oh,
about.
I know that one. I just
What is that
what's the
called?
name?
I'm gonna find it.
I don't think it's Sly Fox. That's something else.
No, Sly Fox wasn't. What the
But
first
dude-
was debut in PS2.
Dude, those games were
Wasn't that like
my
Fantastic
shit.
Mr. Fox or something?
Miss-
No, that's a movie.
No, that's a movie.
That's a stop motion movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
I only know that because I'm an animator. Spoiler alert.
Nah. To some, I don't think
Yeah.
that has to be spoiled.
No, it's fine. It's fine. No, but dude, those
They know
games
who you
were so great. And then there was one that was like a Tonka game, and like you were
Tonka
just like it was like
game,
a one of those like old war games, like where
Spy
you
Fox?
Spy
Spy
Fox.
Fox.
But dude, you would like just build shit with Tonka, and like you would have like these little people, and like you'd be like, oh yeah, set up this thing, and they would like set up that tripod thing that like I don't know what the hell it does to this day, and I'm like 26, I think. I don't know.
You don't know how old you are?
I don't know. You know, it's not something you think about every day. You know.
Yeah. True.
Maybe it's just me, but like I'm buying toys every day, like action figures. Like I'm a 6-year-old. We're fine.
It's all good.
I think
But,
we're
like,
all kids.
Dude, those games are so good. I love
The audience
those.
knows who they are.
See, I kind of just kept playing with like online games. Like I started like World of Warcraft, like back when
RuneScape?
I like started RuneScape and all that. Like I would just play them for hours, and all of a sudden I would hear the phone go off.
You beat your
And
shit your
it
pants.
was like it was the worst moments. Like I would be like, I need to log out. I need to be able to save it and log out. I need to be able to, and then like all of a sudden it would just cut out, and I'd be like,
You know what the trick
hours
was?
worth of progress.
The trick was you sneak out to the phone and you unplug the phone from the line prior to playing, because then your mom's just like, oh, the phone wasn't ringing that whole time, and then you sneakily plug it back in.
See, you have
I
bigger
got my
balls
ass
than I
whooped.
do. Yeah.
Once
not
they
even-
caught on to that shit,
That's the
it's
thing,
been
they don't
over.
You got
catch
bigger
on.
balls than I do, because I did that once and it didn't end well.
Maybe my parents are just dumb because they just never. They were just like, "Oh, we never got any calls." Like, sure, that's exactly
Like,
what was happening. Nobody wanted to talk to you.
It did not end well for me.
Nope. You know, I would always get caught. Not that I did that, but they would know I was on the internet because someone would call. My mom would pick up, and whoever it was, and be like, "I've been calling you for like this many hours."
Right.
And then I got to hear my name yelled from upstairs. And whenever my mom says my entire name and not just Aunt, that's how I know I'm in trouble. No matter what happened in my
Middle
whole
name
childhood.
included.
No. It would just be my first name, but they call me Aunt. My whole family
Oh,
calls me
okay.
that. So she's yelling at me like, Anthony! I'm like, shit. I don't even know what it is yet. I just know I'm fucked. It's over.
I think that's the same problem that I had, like for the longest time, and then after that, I came to the realization of like, hey, if I play console games, then I don't have to deal with that.
True.
And then the worst part is like when you get called every 2 seconds, you have to put the thing on pause. Mm-hmm. And then it's like, oh, we gotta go to church, and you just woke up early because you wanted to go past that level, and you had to end up saving it. You're like,
True.
I gotta try and save it. It's like, we gotta go now. It's like, I'm in the middle of a boss fight, and you're still trying to like find a way to finish it before
At that
you
point, you
save
just turn
it.
off the TV, but not the game, and you just leave.
Dude, I loved that shit with church because I would bring my Game Boy to church with me, and I would be playing Pokemon in the pews, man, and like hiding that. And
That's
it
our
was
spin-off Pokemon podcast, Pokemon in the Pews.
Pokemon
Be on the
in the
lookout.
pews, yeah. Dude, that was the best. It was so fun because like it was the thrill of playing the game, and then also the thrill of not getting caught. And then like me and my brother, we'd be sitting next to each other, and like we would play pranks on each other where like we would just slide up the volume on the other person's Game Boy. So it'd be like, "Ba-na-na-na-na." And like the dude's giving like a sermon and going ham, and we're just like,
Dude. I like how he's a the dude.
it was the dude. He was an a-hole.
The dude's giving the sermon.
Yeah, but he's going ham. He's the dude.
You know the dude going ham when we're in the pews with Pokemon.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I never got the opportunity to do that. Like I think the first handheld system I picked up was Game Boy Advance, and I think by that time I was old enough where I was like, yeah, I'm not going to church. Just gonna sit here and play video games for all Sunday.
Yeah.
But
First
I wish I
handheld
was
was
like
the
that.
big brick gray Game Boy.
Oof.
You have to use like the light on
Yeah,
top of it and
yeah.
plug it in.
Yeah, I
It
went-
drained your batteries
Listen,
so
man, I crawl till you guys can run. Okay, that's how I'm looking at it.
quick. Hey, man.
Hey,
Young
still,
whippersnappers.
still doesn't kill me like to this day when like they started creating like rechargeable batteries for handheld games.
You know
And
how
then-
happy I was all the years I didn't have that, and having to buy 80 double A's.
Oh my god.
That's when the Game Boy SP came in.
Yeah, that's
man.
right. Yeah.
Let me tell you how quickly I ran to get a Game Boy SP. It was like the years of me needing a rechargeable system.
I think that was the only handheld system I skipped over.
SP?
Dude, that was
It's
the
like
best
SP.
one.
I loved
skipped
SP.
over. Yeah.
That one is the one where like, the only reason I remember it so vividly is because I would literally just be going to the bathroom and that's what I would be doing, was just playing my Game Boy. And like no matter what game, I was playing Metabots, I was playing like the Spider-Man games, and like my legs would go numb just sitting there. Just playing, and I'm just like, I don't care. Like, I am in this world right now, and that Game Boy SP kept me there the whole time. And then my like outlet from my wall was so close to my toilet, so I could plug the charger in. So I was like, I'm staying in forever. I don't need legs anymore.
Did you shit?
Oh my god.
No, like it was half the time, like, cause like, you know, when you're a kid, like you sit down to pee sometimes, it was like whatever. I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna sit down to pee every time, cause then I can play my Game Boy more.
But your piss only lasts so long.
True, but like,
But I guess they don't know it
that.
outside of the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
They don't know that.
You're
I'm
taking
just-
a lot of shits today, Chris.
No, it's just one really big one. It ain't out yet. It's about halfway there.
Oh my god. Who remembers the micro?
I did not.
I
get
remember it. I didn't have it.
Yeah, I never got the chance to buy it, and it was so cool, like such a cool concept. Until they said it only plays Game Boy Advance game, and I was like, great. I was still in the Pokemon era where I was playing like blue, yellow.
Well, that was the
and,
beauty
like,
of the Advance, is that you could stick those big bricks in the bottom of it. Like
Yeah.
it would look awkward as hell, but
Yeah.
like I was playing Pokemon Blue with.
Oh
my,
no,
like,
I had the
and I
Advance.
loved
It was just like,
Yeah.
I loved the micro because it was like, oh, I have to lug around this like huge like Game Boy Advance in my pocket. You can still see the outline on the outside of my jeans
Yeah,
for how long I had it in my pocket. But it was like, the micro looks so cool, and I can still play. And like, I can't play my Pokemon games. Never mind.
yeah, it's not worth it as of that point.
Yeah.
Man, I'm trying to think of. I had all my handhelds. I had the Game Boy Color, the Game Boy Advance, the Game Boy Advance SP. Wait, let me rewind. I had a Game Gear. I had
I don't even know what that is.
Sega's
Yeah, it's just
handheld.
Sega's.
Oh, I've never played a
handheld, yeah.
Sega thing in my life.
What was the other one? The other one was it?
Goddamn kids.
What was the Atari
I just
one?
never
Was it
had
like
the
the
money.
Big Boy or something like that? It was
I
called.
didn't have it in my parents bought all that.
I think it was like. Didn't the Atari had like a
Atari Lynx.
Yeah, it wasn't.
I didn't
like,
have it. I remember it though.
Yeah, they had a handheld that was like the precursor.
You're just
to
playing Pong the whole time, handheld.
It was like you had like they had like
along than that.
Yeah,
That's
had,
the
like-
only thing I know about
they
Atari.
had like Galaga and like what was
I
it?
forgot that was
Joust.
them. Yeah. Dude, I played
Was on
Galaga
there.
at my dentist's office. They had arcade caps of Galaga,
Really?
and it was awesome. They had like the Pic-10s as well, and it had like Super Mario Bros.
Yep.
3 on it,
Oh, wow.
and like Ninja Turtles and shit.
The Ninja Turtles.
Dude, I would love that. I would be like, go numb me up as much as possible so I can keep coming back to play these games. Like dude, it was so cool.
Remember arcades? I
Dude.
miss those.
Remember like the roller one that they had? It was like a pool game.
Yeah.
And you could choose like pool, bowling,
Golf
and
was one,
golf.
I
The
think.
mini
Yeah.
golf one, dude. The mini golf one, I loved it so much, dude. Like there was one with like crocodiles, and it was like a swamp, and you would hit the crocodile, and it would explode. As if it was like a bomb in it. It was like and like little explosion effect, and like it was funny as hell because it would launch your ball, and there's like 30 crocodiles, just be like just ricocheting everywhere. And they'd be like, hole in one.
Then you're all excited, telling people they're like, my balls make crocodiles explode, and they're like, what?
Hell yeah.
But
That's how you get all the ladies on the playground.
Of course.
you
I
had-
mean, ladies, any lady listening to this podcast is probably just can't wait to meet us.
Just make sure you put away your like double screen and light up keyboard. That's like a really turn off apparently for like ladies.
Double screen, let them keep. Got it.
Yeah, just gotta put it away.
Future reference.
gotta
See,
take notes
we're giving
for
you
that.
gems on this show.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got to take that out of my Tinder bio that I got a light up keyboard and dual monitor setup. It's steering them away.
I'm still on your Tinder
You
adventures.
gotta put away your razor.
no, it's not an
your razor
adventure.
mouse. You
My
gotta put away
Razor
the
mouse
Razor
is
mouse.
the one thing that will stay no matter what. Because that thing is fucking amazing.
Well, I mean,
RGB, baby.
You spend enough money on a mouse, you might as well show it off,
Dude,
no matter what.
It's a great mouse. It has great like support for your hand, and then also at night when your PC's like low power or sleeping, it's a night light. It's even better. It's just got the RGB going the whole time, but it's like colorful. It's beautiful.
See, I'm kind of glad that you haven't turned yourself into like a huge like fighting game player, because I would see you creating outrageously expensive like fight sticks.
Yeah, I don't think I'm good at fighting games. Like I remember back I would play on my Game Boy Tekken, Like, I remember what one it was. But, like, it was just a Tekken game, and I got it taken away because it was too graphic. But whatever, that's a side note.
That's a top. What games as kids did your parents not want you having?
Conker's Bad Fur Day.
I remember when that came out.
My buddy
I was
had
with
it.
my dad and I rented that game. Like, I want this.
Believe it or not, it was
Barbie Island Dream House.
no, it was not.
That is an
Barbie
offensive
Island.
game. I won't
Yeah.
play that as a grown man.
Yeah.
I actually
I'm scared of it.
Actually, I have a funny story. My mother bought that to my sister. And
I didn't know that was an actual game. That was just a joke.
No,
but
no,
if that's
there
actually
is.
a game,
There
that's
is an
funny as
actual
hell.
game.
I'm
There's
sure,
even
I'm sure the time was something
there's
like
even,
that.
There's even one that's like Barbie, like spy something or the other. My sister had it.
James
Come on.
Bond.
Because that's who you want on the case.
Right.
Barbie.
007 Barbie.
Right, it was like
Barbie
it was
all
some
day.
sort of like spy Barbie game or whatever, and I was so bored with every game I already had finished at the time, and I was like, I have nothing else to play. It's either Nintendogs or my sister's case, or I end up just stealing this Barbie game, and I can honestly say I 100% her Barbie game.
I mean, how hard could it have been? What'd you
It
have
was
to do?
actually fairly. It was a platformer, but you would use like all these like power ups and stuff. So like, but they were all makeup. So like,
course.
you had like this like you had like this powder case where you would like drop down on like the enemies that were running behind you, and it was like knockout gas. So it was like literally playing a female 007 game. So I was like, this
Gotta
is
love
like
those
GoldenEye,
stereotypes,
but
huh?
horrible.
No, I want to make fun of this, but at the same time, I'm,
Hey,
I'm
listen,
a
she
grown
had-
ass man about to make fun of this little girl's Barbie.
Like-
Why am I taking it so seriously?
But the thing is like, it was like, I don't want to say it was cool, but it was because like the grappling hook, lipstick, and like,
Wait, why was the lipstick grappling hook?
I don't know, but it was. And she can hack. That was the one
Only
thing.
one way to find
Like,
out.
You can
Get the lipstick.
Yeah, right? Could you imagine? But no, there was like, she also had another tool. I forget what it was. It's another makeup. Again, don't know anything about makeup. But it was like one thing that she would like connect to walls to open doors, and you would have to hack it. And that was actually fairly challenging. I was like, what 4-year-old girl would want to play this game and have this much of a challenge
You.
puzzle in the game?
You were the
I'm
4-year-old girl.
no, at the time I was like a 12-year-old boy, okay?
You're exploring, right?
I was growing into my own.
You needed to connect with your femininity.
Well, I mean, it was either play that or play a million
Nintendo
other
sounds
games I
like a
had.
great alternative first
No.
off. 'Cause I loved
I can't-
Nintendogs,
no.
man.
And the one thing that
I
you'll
never
learn
played
from me,
Nintendogs.
yeah, one thing that you'll learn from me is I hate grinding games. Like certain
wait,
grinding.
wait. Destiny
You just,
2!
that and you
I-
just
let
talked
me-
about how
let me
much of a
preface-
JRPG fan you are.
No. JRPGs are great, but some of them are
those,
just like
those should be
too
called
grindy.
grind the game.
No, they're not. Not all
For
of them are.
JRPGs?
Yeah.
And the era we're talking about, the PS1, SNES, that they just say you have to grind.
No, not all
I think
of
that
them.
you need to realize something. The first step
maybe-
is acceptance.
And I love those games.
All right, maybe it is acceptance.
You need to accept the fact that you love grinding.
Chrono Trigger, Chrono Cross, Final Fantasy 3, 6, 7. Like,
Is it bad for me to say like I also play like World of Warcraft?
yeah, you just
And-
how?
You hate what you've become.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
that's probably
grinding.
what it is. I have hated what I've.
I mean, did you mean like you hated grinding, like the dance grinding? Like, what do you do?
No. I literally
That's
meant
the reason
like.
I didn't buy that game.
God.
I don't want that B. I don't want to play that, man. I don't want
on,
to
it
play
was such a-
DDR with bees.
Well, you can do that. You can like plug in a DDR pad. Maybe you can still use it.
No, I said I don't want to do that.
Oh.
I don't want to play DDR with bees.
But no,
DDR
it's,
with bees.
it was more like level grinding. Like that was the thing that I didn't like as much.
That's what an RPG is.
I know, but it's like it's a dog.
Yeah.
I'm more confused as you
So
explain
I guess it's not that I hate grinding. I guess I just hated the grinding aspect of Nintendogs.
But it wasn't
Because
even grindy.
there's just so many times you can walk a dog until it can walk a further like distance.
Yeah, but like, you're not
No.
like doing anything to level the dog up.
Yes, you do.
You don't level the dog up.
Yes, you do.
Your dog has a sword.
You just
now.
take care of it, and then you get new toys.
No, you get new toys and stuff like that. But then, like at one point in the game, you actually have to like
Beat a boss.
you have to exercise your dog until he can like walk a farther distance so he can become a show dog.
Yeah, but that's not like leveling him up. That's just being like, hey, let's exercise more.
No. If there is progression in the game where you have to like continuously do one action to quote unquote level up, I find that as grindy. So if I have to walk my dog 2 feet for him to be able to walk 4 feet tomorrow, that's a grindy thing. And it's like, well, a dog should be able to walk at the distance that it wants to. But
That's
there was
not how
no.
games
But there was
work.
No, they are.
You don't have like
Random-
an AI dog. Like,
Well,
you know
no,
what? I don't
not
want to
a-
walk
not
today.
AI dog, but you have randomizing.
This is the greatest conversation of
You
video
have
game
like
conversation ever.
randomizer. It's
Dude,
like
You're not
how
even complaining
hard is
about the biggest problem with that game is that they literally released different games for different dog types. That was the
they
problem.
released
Well, that
the
was the
hounds.
problem.
Quite literally,
There you go.
it was who let the dogs out, but it was like, hey, here's German Shepherds, here's this, here's that. But here's the kicker, is that the only difference between the games was the sticker that was on them, because you could get any dog in the game. You didn't have to like specifically be like, I want the Shiba game, and then you get a Shiba. You could get a fucking golden retriever in the Shiba game.
Sure.
They pretty much just marketed like, hey, look at all these games. There's so many different games. You can have so many different things. But it was the same fucking thing.
But can I kind of argue that though?
With what?
Pokemon.
Pokemon is the same thing. I'm not doubting that.
Every generation has like 4 different games though, and they're all the same.
I mean, I will at least admit with Pokemon though, it's like the reason you're buying the different game
have
is for the
4
different
now?
legendary.
Yeah, they have
4
like
come out
it's
every
like,
time?
It's like 3.
I stopped playing Pokemon after Gold and Silver.
Well, you had like first generation. You had yellow, blue, red.
Wasn't
and then
yellow
in
like a
Japan, you
special
had
edition?
green.
Yeah.
And the yellow
It was
was a
another-
special edition,
yeah,
but it was
like
the same.
red and blue.
Yeah.
but with
It was
Pikachu.
red and blue, but
So
it was
you
like
had-
here's a special version. So there
Right.
was technically
Right. If we're counting like games that came out not just in the U.S., you had when red and blue were released. Japan was the only one that got green, and that were all
Yeah.
3. And then I think it was like 2 years after, where they were about to release the next gen, or 3 years after, they ended up releasing in the middle of it was the special edition yellow. So that was the only, I could say that that's the only generation that had 4 actual cartridge with the exact same game.
Yeah.
And then after that, it has been 3.
Oh,
So you ended
okay.
up getting
Alright.
soul. You
That's
ended
what
up
made
getting,
me ask. I know there's 3
Yeah, you ended
usually.
up getting silver and gold, and you got crystal. And then after that, you ended up getting ruby, sapphire, and emerald,
Which were dope.
and which were great. That was
I
one
got
of
the
like the
coins
best
for those,
games.
the holographic
Do you?
coins for
Oh, those are cool.
pre-ordering. Dude, those are so neat. But like the thing with those though is that you're getting a different legendary after the first 4 games. Like when you buy like gold and silver, it's like you're getting this legendary, you're getting this legendary
Yeah.
at the end. So it makes sense
I
because you're
think they
actually
got a
getting
little
something
smarter
different.
with that than that's the case.
But like,
They learned from
Nintendogs.
Nintendogs.
That's the moral of the story.
let's
Yeah,
do
pretty
that.
much. All right, let's
Put
go.
it on a
let's,
t-shirt.
Let's go with that.
Make a book. I'm writing my novel. That's my biography.
Remember when Sword and Shield was coming out and they people were making jokes that the 3rd version would be gun?
Glock. Yeah.
And then they did a mega evolution
mega
of the water
evolution,
who
yeah.
has a sniper rifle.
Yeah.
First off, if they came
was
out with Pokemon Gun, I'd have ran back to Pokemon. Like, oh, this is what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. We're in now.
Oh yeah, they had so many of those memes where you had like gun, and then they had like freaking rocket launcher, grenade. It was so many of them. They were like, "What is this? Like Pokemon and Call of Duty or
The next one's gonna be Pokemon Dumpster Fire.
dumpster fire?" Well, we got into Sword and Shield, so we kind of like went like into weapons now.
But it's
We
like-
had colors, we
It's
had
just
crystals,
too much, man. It's
then
too
we had letters, black and white,
X and Y.
X and Y.
Letters aren't black and white, by the way. Just so
Well, I meant to say, you know,
Man.
forget you.
In these sensitive times.
Like, forget you. But no, like, Pokemon is great, though.
spoiler alert, I'm white. See,
Full circle.
Full circle. There you go.
Yeah.
We're covering the
With
spectrum
Pokemon.
in this podcast.
All right, so let's cover one more spectrum for Pokemon.
Then
How
the
about,
important things.
how about the console games?
What about them?
Pokemon Snap was dope.
Snap, Coliseum. What
They're
do you
about to
guys
bring
feel
Snap
about
back.
it? Oh, I know Snap's coming back, and like I actually wish Niantic would like learn a thing or two.
Yo, let me tell you, when Pokemon Snap came out for 64, me and my brother was so hyped because everybody was into the Game Boy games at
yeah.
that point. So they finally were coming out with a 64 Pokemon game. We're like, oh shit. I didn't even care that it was just taking pictures of Pokemon.
I kind of liked it more.
Yeah.
It was different. But I will tell you, I didn't know how easy and short that game would be because I bought it, we took it home, I beat it within a couple of hours, and I was like, well, there has to be more. And that was the whole thing.
That was the whole thing, yeah.
I got all like the secret, how you got to throw a certain
yeah.
ball to get a certain Pokemon to come out.
Yeah.
Got Mew. I was like, and at the end of the night, we're like, that was it? That was my only beef with it. This
Just wait for
no.
the new one. There's how many now? Like thousands?
I mean, we
Yeah.
have like 880 something
At least it's
Pokemon
not as
now.
much as Digimon. They have like 1,500. And
Yeah,
if it's like
Digimon's
Digimon,
way
really?
too far.
That's what made me stop. That thing, I got to gold and silver, and it was like, now there's 250. I was like, fine. I already caught all 151 in the last one.
Right.
I'll do this one. Then the next one came, and I was like, I think I'm kind of done catching these motherfuckers, man.
How long
It's
can
a
the
lot of
Pokemon
them.
rap be? You
Yeah.
know?
Well, now they're coming out even more because like they already have plans for like the next DLC for Sword and Shield and.
But like, I don't
They
get
have more
that. Like,
Pokemons
with
coming out
DLC,
there.
man. Like, the game has literally been the same thing since the first one. It's cut and dry. Here's the Pokemon that you can get. Do your gym battles. Collect them all if you want to. Beat the final whatever boss 4 if it is that.
The Elite Four.
And then the
Yeah,
game's
Nicko,
over.
yeah.
Like that's what it is. It's like Power Rangers. It's like every single week you get Big Bad. You guys lose. You gotta come together to beat the Big Bad. Beat the Big Bad, but then he gets big. So then you gotta make yourselves big in the Megazord, beat him, and then do the same thing next week.
Pokemon.
It's the Pokemon, and like doing DLC for that. It's just like, but is there story or is it just like more things to catch? And 80% of the time, just more things to catch, and the story's kind of just like, I'm your rival.
Yeah, I
rival,
think this DLC that they try to do was like less. How can I say? It was less effective than actually like having a whole other game.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it was like it's good for us in a sense, because we technically got the content of like a third game
Yeah.
almost, but
Makes
for
sense.
like half the price.
Yeah.
So it's like there's like a give and a take for like the double edged like sword there when it
I
comes
just
down
wish
to
they would
it.
do story based games, like,
Yeah.
where they actually like, because like you look at it with like the anime, like that's been going on
Yeah.
for how many years, and like that ain't like the same model as like the Power Rangers thing. It's like actual story and there's character progression. You can do that in the Pokemon world and just give like a character. It doesn't have to be like you making yourself each time. Just say this guy's name is I don't know Bert, and you're playing as Bert through the Pokemon world, and this is his story.
I want them to do that.
Yeah, Pokemon Bert and Ernie.
I want them to do that just off the fact that it's so not an epic name.
Yeah.
No offense to anybody named Bert, but you're in the world of Pokemon. Go to Professor Oak, Bert. Get your
Yeah,
Not good. Now that like I hear the whole sentence, it makes more sense.
but yeah,
So,
like,
like,
I don't know, man. Like, they have
That's
so
why
many
I like
options.
that's why I like the Coliseum games when it comes down to it, because they were like actually more story based than anything.
I
So
want-
like if you had like
Go ahead.
Pokemon Coliseum DX, like that's by far one of my favorite Coliseum games, because it's like you actually have like a backstory. It's like, oh yeah, the bad guys were like actually doing something evil to the Pokemon. So we're like,
Yeah, it's like a movie.
we're closing their hearts out. They're like hurting them in a way to be able to like submit them into doing evil things.
now you gotta go
and now
fight
you have
them.
to fight the Pokemons, steal the Pokemons from them, and then heal them, and then continue your story, and then try and like save, quote unquote, like at the time was like the king of these Pokemons were like Lugia, and like they had mind controlled him too. So you had to like find Ho-Oh to be able to like
beat
Lugia and then heal Lugia.
that's
So it was like
cool.
it was cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool though. Like it gives you like an actual story. Like I remember in Ruby and Sapphire, like with the Magma and I forget what the other team. It was probably like Aqua,
Aqua, I
but
think,
like
yeah.
like it's like it. They gave it a story, but it was like in the model of like what it usually is.
Yeah.
But there was an actual story, and then like the rest of them, it just kind of like it falls flat and it's boring. Like I don't know. Like I don't like playing as me every single time.
Yeah.
Like. Like I'm tired of making my character and naming him Fart. Like let's just move on. Give me a story that is in the Pokemon world and make me play through it. Like give me a Ghost of Tsushima, but Pokemon.
I was about to say what they
Right.
need to do. I get why they do what they do. There's a new generation of
sells.
kids every time. Like there's new kids every day. So it's
Right.
like for some people, any of these Pokemon games would have been their first Pokemon game.
Right.
I get it. Nintendo is good for that. I get what Nintendo does. That's their whole thing. Everybody plays, it's family friendly,
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah. I think Nintendo needs to take a risk and put out, it don't even got to be rated like mature. Have a teen rated Pokemon game come out and have it on some Final Fantasy, like they destroyed your village type shit. You
Yeah.
got to go get redemption.
Now
And,
that-
and you're already in. Like it shouldn't be, this is my first time.
Right.
Like kind of how PS4 Spider-Man was? He was already Spider-Man.
He was already, yeah.
He was already in. You're just continuing the story. It should be like, even if they gave you the Pokemon, you start off Bert. You start off as Bert. Your town was destroyed. Like you have to go get revenge. Like a JRPG trope.
Oh yeah.
You got to go get revenge. You're sent out into the world. You already have like
a buddy.
Yeah. You could have like a book bag full of Pokemon. You could have like a legendary. You could have like a Blastoise.
Right.
Just these random Pokemon you just have. You're sent out into the world with these Pokemon, and it's like a revenge arc. You have to save whoever, get redemption for whatever,
right.
and you still catch them. It's still Pokemon. You'll catch Pokemon along the way. There's new shit, but this is a mix up of every generation of Pokemon in this game.
It would be so smart too.
There's no gyms. Like there's no gyms. You're literally like going like to a hideout or something,
right.
and like
side quests. Do
like,
side quests.
They can even they can even do like things how they like to keep it to that like rated T and like not having it to be too far because like,
it can only go so far. Yeah, because Pokemon can't be mature.
Just give you a Breath of the Wild, but Pokemon.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's literally
It
all
could be
you
like
got.
Link to the Past for SNES, but Pokemon. Like you wake up and like you find
you're just there.
You find like an older relative who's just kind of like dying, and he gives you his backpack full of Pokeballs and like take it, like avenge me or some shit. Or like you wake up, your town's on fire. You gotta get out the house, grab your Pokemon, and
there's Blastoises like shooting the fire,
right.
the fire people.
And I like it could be like misdirection. You don't even know what happened yet, but you control it off the bat. You just wake up out of your bed, you're trying to get out the house.
Cool.
Dude, I already have a dude. You have it.
That would be so cool.
Nintendo,
like,
what's up, man?
You have like Team Rocket, and like they're using like they're just burning down houses, and like they're blaming on like a Moltres or some shit.
Oh right.
And it's like a whole like Ponzi scheme, and they're like, yeah, it's the legendary that's doing it. You gotta hire us so that we can take the legendary out, and then you find out it was them the whole time.
Right.
Dude, I just wrote your game. Give me money.
Give me money.
You go into the final room of this game and you turn around.
It's just a mirror, and it's you.
Thank you. Like, it's somehow
God.
you. And then, but a thing that goes across the top, like it was Bert the whole time.
Oh no, that would be the weirdest twist. What a twist! It was Bert the whole time.
Oh god, man.
That's some like BioShock scene right there.
I gotta play BioShock.
BioShock Infinite's better, in my opinion.
Well, if you play BioShock 2, you kind of would understand why I say that. Like,
I only played the Infinite.
BioShock 2 leaves you like in a space or like mindset where you're like, did I really do all this crazy shit and then turn myself into like the monster I am now and now regret it and I'm trying to destroy it all? So it's like it like reverse psychology at the very
Kylo
end.
Ren arc, you know?
I wouldn't know.
It's on Disney Plus. You literally use my Disney Plus. I have a profile for you called Be My Guest, and it has Beast from Beauty and the Beast, man.
Wow, man, I have a thing on my Disney Plus called Be My Guest.
Yeah.
I mean, we put Forky on it, which doesn't make sense, but but that's our guest account for people.
You should rename it to like You're Trash.
Trash. Yeah, right.
Am I trash?
No, you're trash. Using my account, you're trash.
Too bad. Wait, do they own Sesame Street? Disney? They don't own that. They do?
I don't think that.
I don't
think
Isn't
they
there
do.
shows on?
They own Muppets now.
They own the Muppets now, yeah.
Which is sad to me.
I was saying all of that just to come back around as I wanted to make that Bert as the icon. What?
God damn it.
That's fine. Mike's falling, but we probably should start rapping it anyway.
True. I gotta catch a pay-per-view in 30 minutes.
You and your wrestling.
Listen, wrestling is real in my life. No, it's the storytelling that I love, and then the talent of them. We can talk about that in another week, because we need to talk about wrestling games and how bad they are.
You mean
how
like
some are good?
Certain wrestling, like what, WrestleMania, 2000 I think it was?
Dude, I never played those.
It was like the only one that was like any good.
No Mercy.
Yeah, No Mercy was good too.
EC-Dub.
And I'm not even into wrestling, but I played those games.
Yeah.
Those are like notorious.
I mean,
games
so
are
like
shit.
that's like back in the old games, so like playing freaking like Def Jam.
Oh, Def Jam Vendetta was the shit
Like
too.
Def Jam Redemption,
Which was just
good.
a wrestling game with rappers.
That's
It
it.
was great.
Anyone who used Tupac, just screw you. Just saying that.
Tupac was not in Def Jam Vendetta.
It wasn't it?
No.
Oh, then I'm confusing it with somebody else.
That would be so. So you're just beating up this dead rapper?
Yeah, probably.
No, Tupac wasn't in it.
Well, this shows you why I don't do music as much.
Oh man,
I forget who it was. No, it's DMX. There you go, DMX. I know it was another bold one.
so disrespectful. I'm gonna go back and tell the rap community, and I'm gonna
don't
come
do,
for you.
Don't do that.
I'm
He
not
can too. He's got a podcast for that.
I do.
Really?
I
You're
do.
gonna trash me on your other podcast.
He's really,
won't.
hey guys, come over to my other podcast because we gotta trash this motherfucker.
DMX and Tupac were the same, and they're not. But I won't
No,
do
they're
that to you.
not. They-
Only the gamers will know. I won't take that back to the other community. But the community that intersects both, oh, they're gonna fuck you up.
Oh.
The hip hop gamers are gonna go off.
I mean, just help me out here. You know.
I'll keep them off. I'll keep them at bay.
I'll just
I'm
sit
good for
back.
other
I'll just
things.
relax. I'll just chill and watch the fire.
It's fine.
I'm gonna watch Bert. I'm gonna be Bert watching the fire of his village burning down.
I want to call this episode just Bert so bad.
Bert.
But the first episode, they'd be like, "What? I don't even know what this show is."
God damn it.
What?
All right.
All right.
But yeah, man. I hope you enjoyed this nonsense. There's way more to talk about, but we had a lot of sidetrack. But it was good. It's good. This is a good first one. You got to learn who we are as people.
And we'll learn that more as the days go by.
You'll definitely. There's a lot more to learn.
We got to talk about first-person shooters because that's where I'm at now in the gaming space. So we'll see
yeah,
in
we'll
future episodes. Next week on Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, Hugh Jackman, if you're listening, be a guest on our show, please,
one
Hugh
episode.
Jackman.
Please. we'll let you sing Les Mis song once, at least just once.
You just got to come on and be Wolverine for Nicko, and then just be Hugh Jackman for
Wolverine as his character in Les Mis, and I'll just wear the vest and I'll be what was the one guy's name, the cop guy that chases him. I can't remember his
I
name.
forget his name.
Yeah, it's musical. We'll do the musical minute next podcast.
Musical minute. Yeah, man. But thank y'all for listening. If you want to contact us, savebeforequitting@gmail.com. Please, please, please hit us up.
Follow us on Twitch.
Oh, yeah. We're on Twitch
follow us
too.
on Twitch.
A lot of content coming. But we needed an intro. We need to teach you guys who we were, who we are. And, if y'all keep supporting us, who we're going to be. I pulled that together really nicely.
Yeah, you did.
I
Yeah,
really
did.
like what I just did. Anyway,
Humble brag.
I know.
Humble brag.
I'm not that person in real life, but I just gotta keep the vocals coming. But yeah, man. So
Leave a review.
please leave a
Yeah.
review.
Let us know how we did.
Tell us what to not say.
And if I could speak on your guys' behalf, we have one request, and that is to please, please, please save before quitting. See you guys next time.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.